Welcome everyone to our February emPOWERed session entitled Love in Action. I really felt that I needed to wear my heart-shaped glasses for this because it just went so well with the title. So, my name is Amanda Weber. I serve as the Digital Learning Specialist for ECISD, and we are going to be talking about how to create a legacy and guide your student. For those of you joining us live, feel free to connect via the Q&A and ask any questions that you have there. We are here to answer. There should be a little icon in the top that you can click on to ask questions. Okay. If you are watching this recording, please share your experience on social media and let others know about emPOWERed. We are here to empower one another. And so we have our little hashtag ECISD emPOWERed right there that you can use to tweet out. I'm going to do a quick introduction of the fantastic group of people who make up the ECISD emPOWERed team. We have Amy Anderson, Virginia Hunt, and Liz Gray that are working with our AVID and post-secondary departments. We have Amanda Lopez and Chelsea Reyes from the Guidance and Counseling Department with ECISD. And we also have Lauren Tavares and me, Amanda Weber, with Digital Learning. If you're joining us live and are available, remember you got the chat in the Q&A section that you can use. If you're watching the recording, you can always contact our departments if you have any questions that you would like or additional resources. We also have our emPOWERed website that will list anything that we share out today. And that way you can always check back on the site. We love to hear from parents and community members, so please feel free to reach out and email if you have any specific questions that we can help you with. If you joined us in our previous sessions, you've seen this slide before, but just as a reminder for you or for those new people who could be joining us today, this is our purpose for emPOWERed. We want student success is ECISD's priority, success for not just a part of the child, but the whole child, and student success supported at home and at school. We want to empower our caregivers and our community members to be a part of the work that we're doing with our ECISD students. Just as our district is stronger when we work together, students do better in school when teachers, parents, and the community work together. The power in emPOWER comes from all of us working together. And our focus for today, we're going to look over the 7 mindsets, and their topic is Live to Give. With Naviance, we're going to look at strength and career finders. With Digital Learning, we're going to talk about social media. And then at the end, we'll wrap up with our monthly challenge with the self-care choice board. And without further ado, I am going to hand it over to Amanda Lopez to talk about the 7 mindsets and Live to Give.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Amanda Lopez. I'm the coordinator of social emotional learning here for ECISD, and I'm beyond happy to be here with you all once again. It's one of my favorite times each month to be able to be here and share some information with you and be able to be in the company of good people doing good work for the students here in ECISD. So today I'm going to review very briefly our Live to Give mindset. So this mindset teaches the importance of serving others while maximizing our own potential. So it tells us that abundance in life is in a cycle. And so in order to receive love, respect, security, we must first learn to give those things to other people. This mindset also teaches us the greatest gift we can give is to find and leverage our unique genius to maximize our positive impact on the world, knowing that when we do good things will be returned to us in kind. So in the lessons for this mindset, we guide students to think about the impact they want to have and make and the legacy they want to leave on the world. So the first component of the Live to Give mindset is stretch yourself. Now, Live to Give could sound a little bit selfish, but the best way to think about this is what we want is to give what we can. And the real point is to give because it's the right thing to do. When we live our best lives, we do the things we're great at and we get the best results. And these results benefit us as well as others and the world around us. That's one reason to do it, of course. And for example, Oprah Winfrey gives millions of dollars to charity, but none of that will likely impact the world as much as the inspiration she's provided to people, the guidance, the support. Her talk show has supported billions of people around the world. So great teachers have an immense impact simply by being great teachers. And we give the most simply by being our best and living our ultimate lives. The second part of the Live to Give mindset is make a difference. The easiest and quickest way to feel better and happier and more content in our lives is to help other people. Similarly, the best way to bring more good things into our lives is to start giving the good. So start giving the things that we would want to receive as well. So when we do this, we create value with our lives and begin to receive value in return. In order to start or expand this abundance in our lives, we must simply start making a difference every day in the little small ways that we can. The third component of the live to give mindset is to receive gracefully. This can be really hard for people. You might know those people that whenever you give them a compliment, they'll tell you all the reasons why it's maybe not true. Like if you say, oh, you did a really great job on that. Well, I wanted to do this and this, but I didn't realize. It can be really hard for people just to receive positive feedback or positive things from others. So it is one of the hardest things for people to deal with when they start living their dreams, is that they're uncomfortable receiving this new world. Wonderful things coming into their lives can feel weird. They might not feel worthy or know how to react. As a result, when opportunity knocks or when people want to help them, they shut down, they shut that door, and they don't allow themselves to accept what is being offered to them. The problem is that these gifts could be something really great for them. It could be a source of joy, fulfillment, and opportunity. And if we don't learn to receive gracefully, we cut off the possibility of so many things in the future and that cycle of giving and receiving, and we end up limiting our own potential. And the fourth part of the live to give mindset is to create a legacy. The only thing left when we leave this life is the impact we had on others and the world. So the true meaning of our lives is only apparent when it transcends us. That's why it's vital to find these things that we are passionate about and orient our lives around this legacy that we want to leave and leave the world a better place than we found it. So here are some do's and don'ts at home. You may recognize this slide if you've come to other sessions with us. So do look for ways for you and your children to help others in the world. There are a number of websites, community outreach programs, through which people can share your gifts, your talents. It's not all about money. You may have a special talent you can share, something you're good at, you could help other people with. So if you and your children are comfortable helping out communities like the elderly, look for ways to make connections with them, or people who might be isolated, maybe with medically fragile or on their own right now. If your children want to help pack food in boxes, things like that, and find a way to help in the community. It's really important to do these things as a family and establish this tradition of this is something we do in our family as we give back to others. Do consider what you're demonstrating to your children as you use your gifts and talents to help others. By living your dreams and maximizing your potential, you will find that others will also benefit from you living your best life. And do recognize the impact you're having on your children every day. You are a role model, and sometimes we can forget that. But everything that we are doing and saying, they are watching, they are learning from, and we want to be that positive role model for them, not the one they say, I don't want to be anything like that when I grow up. But we want to be that example for them and leave that legacy for them for the rest of their lives. So thinking about what would you want your legacy to be, it's important to consider the tremendous impact that you have and how pursuing your dreams can actually encourage your children, the other people in your life. Is not always just our kids. It could be our spouse, our family members, friends. How are you helping to encourage them as well? And then don't refuse help from others. As we mentioned, it can be hard to receive gracefully. Say, I got this on my own. I don't need help. But often we're reluctant to let other people help us. And some people just aren't comfortable with that. So if this is something you struggle with, work on saying thank you when someone offers to do something for you or compliments you. Understanding the power of not just giving, but also receiving will prepare you for living your dreams and will be sending good things your way. And then lastly, don't ignore opportunities to help out in the community and around the world. There are a number of ways to give, both financially and physically. Sometimes it could be just an afternoon helping out an elderly or disabled neighbor, somebody that needs help moving, those kinds of things. But the impact on your child and your life lasts forever. So find ways to help others so you can leave that legacy for your children. They need to see live to give in action so they will know what it looks like as they grow up. Here's a quick video for us on highlighting the importance of kindness and giving to others.
Ever have days when the whole world seems upside down and off kilter? Well, you can change that, and you can do it in less than a minute. Here's how. Grab a piece of paper, write down your name and the name of someone you know, then leave a blank space for a stranger's name. Got it? Good. Now, during the upcoming week, do something kind for each person on your list. It could be anything. Maybe it's treating yourself to something you love, raking your neighbor's leaves, or complimenting someone you don't know. That's it. Seem too simple? Well, it's not. Scientific studies show that random acts of kindness actually improve health and life satisfaction. They increase energy, optimism, self-worth, and our sense of belonging and connection in the world. Plus, they decrease anxiety, depression, and blood pressure. This transformation happens not only in the recipient and the giver of kindness, but surprisingly, also in the person who happens to witness the act of kindness. This means that if you do one act of kindness for one person today, and someone happens to witness it, you can, in that moment, improve the lives of 3 people. So do something that will make your future self proud. Share the power of kindness with all 3 people on your list. And who knows, if we get enough people practicing enough kindness, we might just set the world right again.
So that is it from me. The challenge for you to think about for yourself is, how will you live to give this month? What are you going to do? And it could be, remember that list. It could be one person, one small thing, as simple as, hey, I like your hair today. I love that color on you. Those kind of small things that really add up and can change a person's day, week, month. We never know how great the impact can have on the compliments and things that we share with others. So here's your challenge. How will you live to give this month? Let us know about it. Tweet it. Put it on Facebook, Twitter. We love to hear about these things. And I'm now going to pass it over to Chelsea and the Guidance and Counseling Department.
Hi there, y'all. My name is Lauren Tavares. I am the Director for Digital Learning here in ECISD, and I'm super excited for you to be back here with us for another ECISD emPOWERed. Each month, we try and share just a little bit of information to help you with our students in raising digital leaders. Our students are engaging either online or digitally so much more now than they ever have, and so we did have families, parents, really anyone supporting our students, our staff, expressing an interest in knowing a little bit more about this. And so today we're going to focus on protecting your future and social media safety. So really preparing our students for success in the future, and giving those skills to be able to do this well when they are interacting online. So everything that I share during this is going to actually be coming from a fabulous book that we have chosen to just guide us along this journey, written by Jennifer Casa-Todd, and that is Raising Digital Leaders. We have copies of this we want to give you. And so if you are interested in reading along with us or reading on your own, you just want a copy of this for your home library, if you will scan this QR code, you can pause it and scan that, or you can visit the link, that bit.ly right there, bit.ly ECISD emPOWER book, and it's going to let us know that you want a book, and we'll send it to you. And so we want you to have this resource for your home and to guide you as you are working with our students. And so today's focus is really going to be on Chapter 3. And in November, we went over the first part of Chapter 3, and this is really going to be Part 2. There's so much great information in Chapter 3. We really felt like we wanted to split that up and do it in 2 different parts. So with today, we're really looking at just social media interactions. So much of the information that we get on a day-to-day basis, adults included, is through social media and through the internet and through websites and different things that you see. So first and foremost in helping our students is really giving them the skills to identify what fake news is. We hear fake news all the time. And so when we see information online or when we're teaching students to evaluate the information they see online, there's a couple of really important things to teach them to ask. And so the first one is, of course, going to be, is the source of that information, is that account verified? Hey, is it from an expert in that field? And when you are on many of our social media platforms, one way to know if an account is verified is you're going to look for a little blue check mark next to the name. You've seen that before and wasn't sure what that was. That's what that is. That's showing that that is a verified account. That is confirmed, that person. You also want to look at, is the content, is it realistic? Does it make sense? We see a lot of things that seem so far-fetched, and if that red flag goes up, it probably is. And maybe you want to look a little more into it using these different thinking points. Also, when you see information put out, use Google. Okay, use it as a research tool. Google is a very powerful resource to teach our kids to be able to use. So looking up that account, maybe the person or the individual, the company that it came from, is that reliable? And then also too, what is the purpose of this media? And so I'll talk a little bit more about that, but why was that put out? There's going to be a couple of different things that they can take into consideration as they evaluate. Is the information that they are coming across, is it valid, and is it something you want to believe or maybe look a little bit more into? So when working with students, media triangle has been around for a long time, but it fits perfectly with social media. And so oftentimes we see really the adults in kids' lives shying away from social media. Now, I definitely encourage paying attention to the age restrictions for social media. In a previous session, we talked about also really looking to see, is your student mature enough to handle it yet? And if they're not, that's okay. It's not time, and have that conversation with them and let them know eventually you will get there, but maybe now is not a good time. If they are on social media or they are accessing information on the internet, you want to teach them how to critically view that media. And so looking at first the media text, and all media are constructions. Hey, why was the information put out there? Are they trying to sell you something? Are they trying to influence you in some way? A lot of times you'll see content that is on the internet, whether it be social media, websites. A lot of it is fueled and driven by advertisements. And so you may not be directly paying for something, but just know your activity online is tracked, and it's the internet has algorithms to keep up with the things that you're liking and the things that you're looking into, to then be able to provide more advertisements that are consistent with those things. And so first is why, and teach them that. Have those conversations. Why do you think this was put out? What are they trying to get us to think? Also looking at the audience. Hey, who created it? Who put that out there? Who is sharing this? And so again, going back to, is it a reliable resource? Is this somebody that we want to believe and we want to trust with the information that they're putting out? And then also too, how? Hey, how was it created? We all interpret things differently, whether we know it or not, based on our biases and our values and what we believe and what we hold it to be important. And so different audiences are going to interpret media different ways. Okay? And so it's just teaching them that why did it go out? Who's trying to get me to believe something in a certain way, and how did they deliver it to me? And if we teach our kids to look at these things, and to always have those goggles on, the glasses on, of breaking down the media that we're seeing, they're going to be better at doing that. And the individuals, and so I love these because this really can apply to adults or students, right? But those that interact the most productively online are good at this, and they have that skill, and they're good digital citizens because they're able to break down what they're seeing and see the real true purpose behind it. Now, when you're understanding media and helping our students understand media, these again are the things that we want our students to be empowered with, and for them to grow up with a healthy skepticism when they're online, so that they aren't tricked by fake news. They don't buy into information that's not necessarily true. And then, of course, they don't spread information that is not true. And so just giving them the skills to really look at something and stop and break down what they're seeing and answer these questions before moving on with it in whatever way. Now, with our students, teaching them the importance of having a positive presence online and that digital footprint, that concept of anything you create and you put on the internet, or you put online, you put out digitally, it is forever. With our students, we really want to focus on the importance of they're building their future now. Anytime they interact online, they are laying the foundation for success for themselves in the future. And so as just a way to talk to them about this, I want to challenge you to ask your student a couple different things. Okay, and so I want you to talk to them about 3 characteristics that they want other people to know. So if there was just any 3 things you want people to think about you, whether it be kind, whether it be honest, reliable, whatever that may be, identify those 3 things, okay, and then write those down. Then I want you to really, if they are active on social media, go look at their presence, okay, on social media and look together, have the conversation together. Are you displaying these things with the content you're putting out, with the posts that you're sharing? It's so important that they know once they hit the post, it's out. It is available. Even if it's deleted, hey, anything can be screenshot and kept for future. So the last one is just, are you aligned with these 3 qualities? Hey, are people receiving from you these things that you've identified as important for the picture that you're painting out there when on digital platforms? And so just helping them to know that their future can be affected. And we've seen the stories in the news where students lose scholarships, hey, to colleges that they've already earned because of a social media post. I mean, it's as simple as that. I found this really interesting just in looking for just some stats that are out there on who's looking. Hey, who's looking for digital content created by adults? This is for us too. I mean, this is for people of all ages, but 54% of employers have rejected candidates because of the interactions that were found online from those applicants. 25% of college admission officers check applicants also. Okay, and so really, it was interesting. And when I was doing the research for this, the word admitted to using was used, and so I thought that was interesting as well, and that maybe those numbers are bigger. Hey, it's just who's reporting and the numbers that were collected. And then 92% of recruiters use social media to find high quality candidates. So I thought this was very cool because typically we tend to focus on the negative elements of social media. And yes, there's plenty that goes on social media that isn't necessarily positive, but it also can be a very powerful tool for our students that are growing up currently, as they're getting ready to take next steps in life, and whether it be a career, college, whatever is going to allow them to chase their passions. And so having conversations with our kids about their presence is so, so, so important. So that's just a little bit of what you could find in chapter 3. I really encourage you, if you have not already done so. We've given away so many of these books already, which I love that these are out there in our ECISD community. But this book right here, we will send it to you if you're interested. So if you could just scan that QR code with your cell phone camera, or check out the link that's there, and we will get a book sent over to you. So just thank you for supporting our students and for all that you guys do every single day to help them to be successful.
Thank you, Lauren. And hello, everyone. My name is Amy Anderson, and I serve as the ECISD Avid District Director. Hasn't this session been full of great information? We hope that you are able to process and put some of these things into action, as well as our Love in Action challenges that I'm about to talk to you about. We hope that you've already heard from them or about them from your student's campus, but if not, it's not too late. On February 3rd, we released our Love for Others. That was a student pledge that you could talk through with your students, and they could make commitments to themselves and to you and to others about really spreading kindness, loving others well. Then on February 10th, we promoted Love for Yourself. This was a choice board of self-care. We hope that maybe you can completely black that board out like a bingo blackout, you and your students as well. Do it as often as you can. Love yourselves well. You deserve it. The next piece opportunity that we're going to have will be coming up on February 17th, and that's where we do our Love in Action as a community. So we are presenting love together in a big way. The way that we've decided to do this is that we will be collecting gently used and or new uniforms to be donated to ECISD students. So it doesn't matter the school you go to, you'll just donate any and all gently used and or new uniforms at the ECISD Administration Building from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on February 17th. So this is a way to put your love in action. And you can participate in any capacity that you want to. If you want to go and buy new uniforms to supply and donate to those that cannot buy new uniforms, wonderful, we thank you. If you have a few that your child has outgrown, but they were gently used, because we know how very fast our children grow, and you want to donate those one or two that they've outgrown, thank you very much. And if you've been holding on to them because you just didn't know what to do with them, but your child no longer needs them because they go to a different school, they've moved up, they've moved on, whatever. If you have those someplace and you have no use for them, we thank you. So collect those uniforms, gently used and or new, and deliver them to the ECISD Administration Building on February 17th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We would love for you to take pictures either while you're doing it, right before you do it, after you do it, and tag it on hashtag ECISD Show Love. Put it on all your social media, and we will be able to see that following that hashtag. Thank you again in advance for all that you do. Love others well, love yourself well, and thank you for participating in our Love in Action Challenge on February 17th. How was today? Go to the Google form, let us know. Now remember, in March, we are not going to have a live session like this. So although we will be together in spirit, we will not come together in March. So what will you do in March to empower your campus? Is there something that you can do that your campus is needing or maybe has mentioned? Go ahead and plan those things out. Take action. Make it happen in March. Hashtag ECISD emPOWERed. And then we'll see you in April, not in May. Maybe we'll see you in May as well. But we'll see you April 21st. Invite a friend. This time we are going to be able to speak with the author. And remember, if you haven't requested your book, again, it's not too late. Fill out that form on our website, and we will get that book straight to you. Thank you all. We love you. We appreciate the love that you're showing to the children of ECISD and our community. And we look forward to seeing you on February 17th and then again, April 21st. Bye-bye.